I hope you're doing well. I hope you're doing fine. So in today's episode, it is the Bridgerton Season 3 review. Oh my god, guys, I have so many things to say. Positive things, negative things, in the between, like, oh my god, this season 3 of Bridgerton, TikTok has been having a lot of thoughts. So I hope you're ready for this episode because I think it is going to be a long one. So let's start from the beginning, of course. Let's start from the beginning. Sorry, I tried to replicate Lady Whistledown's voice. Failed miserably. But tell me why. I've waited. First of all, the first mistake that they've done for season 3 is to divide it in 2 parts. Why did you do that? Why? Maybe some will say it's like they tried a new strategy to build up even more anticipation and maybe like break some new records. Others said that like I don't fucking know. But like if you're from the beginning, you release all the episodes one shot, like why would you change mid-series? Like why would you do that? And also, not to throw any shade, but it's only 8 episodes. Yes, okay, sometimes they're like 50 minutes each episode or like an hour each episode, but like bring back in the 2000 and the 2010s when they sorry, I lost my words, when they were releasing 23 episode seasons of each of one of them having like 40 minutes episode. Like, we're not asking for a lot. We are glad for your little 8 episodes. Do not divide the series like that. You cannot do that, first of all. Second of all, because of that, instead of watching the first part and then waiting a month to watch the second part, I decided to just wait the whole thing. I've already waited like 2 years. I'm like, I can wait a month more so I can watch it, so I can basically binge watch season 3. The anticipation was at its highest, and thank God I wasn't spoiled on TikTok, so I really had no fucking clue going on for season 3. By the way, if you're watching this podcast episode and you haven't watched season 3 and you want to watch season 3, click out because there will be a lot of spoilers, because how the fuck am I supposed to give a review without spoilers? So that's your little warning. But oh my god, I was kind of disappointed, honestly, by this season. Like, what the hell? And the main thing that disappointed me the most in this season is the fact that instead, like the other season, they were putting a lot of focus, well, their main focus on the main couple. For example, season 1, Daphne and what's the name? I just have the name of the actor, Rene Jean. You know, the man, the Duke, yeah, that's his name. Well, part of his title, whatever. Daphne and the Duke, season 2, Anthony and Kate. Like, why now in season 3 you decide to not put the main focus on Colin and Penelope and to put it like on a lot of like side characters that they became main characters in season 3, like Francesca and her whole love story, Penelope and Eloise. And don't get me wrong, some of them were interesting. I was there for the whole Eloise and Penelope like friendship and stuff, but like you put a little too much focus on them. So you have not just Eloise and Penelope, like the whole side characters, that they all became main characters, and the man who used to own a bar who became famous overnight, not famous, rich overnight, and with his wife and family. Why did they put so much focus on them? Like, will they have their own season? I don't think so. They're already married. Anyways, so like that, because of that, they had to like cut scenes from Penelope and Colin, which really pissed me the fuck off, because even though like I wasn't necessarily intrigued a lot, I guess, with... It's not that I wasn't intrigued with Penelope and Colin's whole love story. It's just, I'm a huge fan of Eloise, and I'm so fucking excited for the year that her fucking season will be made about her. So, like, because by the way, I haven't read the book, so I don't fucking know the order. I don't know what's happening in the future of the series. I don't know what's happening in the books, okay? But, like, each year since season 1, I'm like, oh my god, I hope next year it's Eloise season. I hope. And I just be hoping there. Like, there's no answers. Because I guess her season, it's not season 4, it's maybe season 5. So I have to wait like fucking 5 years. Whatever. But yeah, so that, when I knew that this season 3 was focused on Penelope and Colin, I was like, a little disappointed. And also, I was kind of disappointed because I'm like, I wouldn't say it's toxic, okay? It's knowing my worth. But like, I fucking hate when in movies and TV shows and books and blah blah blah, they all, like, it's like the type of trope where the guy knows that the girl likes him since the beginning, but he doesn't care enough about the girl, whether it's because he doesn't find her attractive, whether it's because he just sees her as a friend, whether it's because he, I don't know, many other reasons. Like, I hate when the guy knows that the girl is interested towards him, and he takes her for granted the whole time. And that was basically Penelope and Colin's whole little trope. And it also made me so fucking mad because their trope, season 3, it's friends to lovers. For those who don't know, season 1, the trope was marriage of convenience. Season 2, it was enemies to lovers. And season 3, it is friends to lovers. And for those who have watched my podcast episode where I gave my full-on reviews on the book tropes, friends to lovers is one of my favorites, but it has... keyword has to be done well. The build-up has to be there. And I was full on expecting flashbacks because it's they have the perfect trope to include flashbacks to when they were kids, see little scenes of like them interacting as kids and stuff. No flashback? What? Why? And I saw a TikTok that absolutely broke my heart even more. Is the fact that, you know, the Mr. Bridgerton, the father of all of these children, he never saw the partner, the wives or the husbands of all of his future children, well, not future, all of his children, except for Colin, because Penelope used to like play with Eloise and Colin when she was younger. So when he was still alive, technically she was the only one of his future kids' partner that he saw and like acknowledged and like, what the fuck? Like, it could have been perfect. Come on, it's like, why? And then I saw a TikTok, well, multiple TikToks, and I verified the facts, and it's true. The reason why season 3 wasn't the best compared to season 1 and 2, it's because in season 1 and 2 there was a different showrunner. A showrunner is basically the one who like not makes the script, but like validates the script, gives the idea, makes the scenes and stuff. Like, the showrunner plays a fucking huge important role in a series, in a TV show, sorry. And in season 1 and 2, it was a specific guy. I forgot his name. Sorry, guy, but please come back. It was a specific guy, and he left after season 2 because he gave his all, and he was like, I give my best. I need to try something new. Like René Jean, the Duke in season 1, he left he quit his character's role, whatever, because he was like, I want to pursue like bigger projects. Are the bigger projects with us here? Because why the fuck did you left Bridgerton to pursue bigger projects and then have no projects who are bigger than Bridgerton? Do you know how embarrassing it must be? have compassion. Even though I sound shady, I have compassion to make that bold of a statement and have released nothing since Bridgerton. Maybe you released something, but clearly they weren't bigger enough for me to have heard of them. So, but yeah. So the showrunner left after season 2, and a new showrunner was promoted, I guess. It's a woman called Jessie something. And Miss Girl Jessie, can you, por favor, give her 2 weeks? Because the whole TikTok, everyone, I wouldn't say hates season 3, but everyone noticed the difference. And the difference isn't higher, better quality, or maintained. It's lower. And I say this the nicest way that I can. Please, please, please leave now before destroying the rest of the whole Bridgerton universe. With peace and love, okay? Like, I'm trying to be respectful, and I hope that you receive this as constructive criticism. It's not me just being mean for the sake of being mean. But, like, I swear, season 3, instead of, like, binge watching a Bridgerton new season, it took me, like, 3 or 4 days to complete the TV show, because I was like, oh, come on! Like, so boring! And, like, nothing was happening, but at the same time, a lot of things were happening. The only thing that you nailed, Jessie, the only thing that you nailed, and I'll give you that, is the whole Cressida storyline, character development and stuff. Oh my fucking god! You know how much, maybe you don't, you know how much I love, it sounds weird to say, but the bitches in TV shows, I love them. The mean girls, it's not that I love them, I love when they have, it's because they always have the best character development. They always have the most interesting backstory, and even though it doesn't excuse the fact that they're mean girls, you just have more almost compassion, because you can understand where they come from, and at least they're not just being mean for the sake of being mean. They kind of have, like, underneath issues and traumas and blah blah blah. And Cressida, love that. I love that. She really nailed her whole, this character's whole storyline, and it actually really made me sad, because, like, first of all, your father doesn't give a single fuck about you. He's like, marry this old ass man who could be my grandfather. I don't fucking care, as long as you get married. Her mother, who is, like, such of a, how can I say this? She doesn't defend her daughter, but she still supports her. But the moment that her daughter makes a mistake, she goes quickly against her. And it's like, damn, that sucks. Like, and not only that, but the only friend that she had, the true friend that she had, Eloise, didn't even give a single fuck about her either. Like every time, and I saw a TikTok, I won't give my brain credit for that, but I saw a TikTok of a girl who's like, the number one Eloise flaw is that she's super self-centered, in the sense of, because she's, like, such a feminist, and she thinks that, like, the whole marrying thing, it's like a concept that's so foolish to her, because she wants to accomplish bigger things. And don't get me wrong, amazing, you go girl, but because she's so angry about, unfortunately, being a woman back then, during these times where you don't really have a lot of rights. Yeah, you may be rich, but you still have to conform. What? You still have to adapt yourself to society, because to be or not to be, bitch. Maybe trying to be poetic and stuff. Truth, dare, spin, bottle. You know how to bowl, I know Aristotle. That's who I try to be. But yeah, so because of that, of her whole fears of the future and marrying and blah blah blah, she forgets that the world doesn't revolve around her. And sometimes, like, the girl on the TikTok showed little snippets on when she was talking with Penelope when they were still friends, and every time that Penelope would like kind of say something like, I don't know, like she had a bad day or whatever, Eloise will always bring it back to will always bring it back to her. Same thing with Cressida. She was literally saying like, I'm marrying an old man, and Eloise is like, like, I don't, like, okay, that sucks, but like, I don't want to marry, like, I want to travel and stuff. And she always brought things back to her. And I thought it was really sad how she quickly dropped Cressida when she revealed, well, she pretended to be Lady Whistledown, and Eloise like pretended like that she was like, that she didn't know who the real Lady Whistledown was, which is Penelope. And she was like, oh, Dan, you're a lady. Like, the fact that I know that she did that to protect Penelope at the end of the day, but the fact that you still, I wouldn't say went against your friend, but you still like showed no support to your friend, and you still like didn't try to help her in any sense when you know how sticky her situation is. You know? Like, that really made me sad. And I've seen some people, okay, now do not fucking take little snippets of what I will say right now just to cancel me. But I'm all love who the fuck you want to love. You're a guy, you love a guy. You're a girl, you love a... I don't fucking care, okay? As long as you're like a good person at the end of the day, I don't care for the rest, okay? But people on the internet gotta stop forcing like lovers with each other's. Like, I've seen like edits of people like trying to like match and like say like, oh my god, Eloise and Cressida would be like such a great like lover fit together, and I'm like, where the fuck did you pull that idea? Maybe it's in the books. Maybe it's in the books and that's why like they're saying that, but I verified it and they're not ending up together. So why the fuck are you forcing things? And they're like, oh my god, their chemistry and stuff. I'm like, these are so friends. Like, these, like, I sense no ounce of tension. So why are you trying to force things? You know? But at the same time, I'm saying this, and if you're a loyal listener, or if you're my friend, you know my gaydar is broken. It's broken, thrifted, put in pieces, duct taped. Like, it's the worst ever. The amount of times that I had a crush on a gay man. Is it embarrassing? Talking about gay men, season 1, when people were like, oh, who's your favorite, like, Bridgerton boy? I was like, Anthony kind of cute. And my friend, well, my ex-friend was like, oh my god, Anthony, are you serious? Blah, 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 blah. He's so ugly, blah, 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 blah. Tell me why in season 2, she was like, oh my god, Anthony is so hot. I was like, so I saw the potential. I saw something there, and you judged me. But then, once Shonda Rhimes, like, made him, like, look super cute and stuff for his season, like, I hate it. So now you find him attractive? I was there since the beginning. And Mr. Jonathan Bailey, the actor who plays Anthony, in real life he's even more attractive, like, whatever. So, what was I talking about Jonathan? Oh yeah, my crush on gay guys. All to say, stop guys like trying to make Cressida and Eloise happen, because no, guys. And talking about like gay relationships, I heard that So I heard that people weren't happy about the whole Francesca's situationship. So basically, Francesca ends up marrying Mr. Killer Martin, I think his name is, and like, that's, I don't know if it's a spoiler, but I think it's not. But just in case, I will say I will tell you what and with who Francesca ends up with the book. But I think you know, guys, so I'll say it anyways. Just skip like 2 minutes. But apparently, well, not apparently, it's literally in the books. She's marrying Mr. Killer Martin. They have a beautiful, beautiful, beautiful love story. She loves him, he loves her. She's literally living her best life. Something like, oh my god, Francesca is living her best life. And then, unfortunately, Mr. Killer Martin dies out of sickness. So she's really sad about it. Of course, she just lost the greatest love of her life. So her trope is similar to her mother's, Violet. So she's really sad about it, and I don't know how and why, but she becomes closer to Mr. Killer Martin's cousin, and which in the books his name is Michael. And she becomes closer with him, and I think they were friends before, but because of Killer Martin's death, they become closer, and then she happens to fall in love with him, and they happen to get married and stuff. And people in the TV show, they were really fucking mad, because in the show there's 2 moments where they made Francesca not seem as in love as she should be based on the books. First time, it's when she was literally getting married with Mr. Killer Martin. I say Mr. because I forgot his first name. Mr. Killer Martin. She was getting married with him. The priest was doing his shit, and he said, "You may kiss the bride and the broom. You may kiss each other." They kiss. You may kiss each other, and they kiss. And once they do that, Francesca takes some steps back, and she's doing a little face what is that? When I watched the show, I thought that because she's such a shy person, and she was in front of her family and having such an intimate moment, kissing someone in front of her whole family, I thought that her reaction was just because she was shy. And the second moment, shy and embarrassed to have kissed, you got it. And the second moment, it's when at the whole end of the TV show, last episode, and she was talking with people and stuff, and then Mr. Killer Martin says, "Hey, Francesca, meet Michaela." Instead of being Michael, now it's a girl, Michaela. And when she looks at Michaela, she's literally losing her words. She doesn't know how to speak. She was barely even able to say her name, which it was a little reference to previously when Violet, Francesca's mom, she was talking with Francesca, and she was like, "Oh, first time that I met your dad, I was so starstruck by him, and so I had such a big crush on him that I was barely even able to say my name." So that scene was referencing to her mother's kind of love story. So, and for me, when I watched that scene, the second scene with Michaela, I was like, oh, she's just, socially awkward, I guess. But because, like I said, my gaydar is so fucking broken. It's so embarrassing. When I saw on TikTok that because of these two scenes, people were like, guys, she will end up with Michaela. And based on the books, it's true. But the TV show, instead of making Michaela a guy, it's a woman now. So a girl on girl relationship, but back then in the Regency era, I think that was the fashion name of the dresses and stuff. By the way, if you're not watching the little video portion, the video version of this podcast episode, I am dressed with my beautiful, middle-aged dress kind of costumey thing. For my true friends, my real ones, I wore this dress at my birthday party in 2022, celebrating my 21 years of age. And Chloe, by the way, you weren't there because I didn't know you. Just a little warning. But yeah, so look at my little dress. I even put some little blush, did my lips, did some gel on my eyebrow, whatever. I tried to look good for this episode, okay? But yeah, so people were really mad because the showrunner, Jessie, changed the gender of Francesca's second love, I guess. Personally, I don't care. I don't care because I haven't read the books. So does it change a lot? I guess so, because now you have the constraint of now it's back then, the 1800s, where you cannot be with someone with the same gender of you. So this whole, I wouldn't say drama, but this whole constraint wasn't there when she was ending up with Michael. So the fact that now she's a woman and in the books she's a man, I understand that the storyline will be different, but I don't really care as much. But for the TV show to show that Francesca doesn't necessarily like Mr. Killer Martin, I mean, at least as much as she thinks. I think she thought that she loved him, but she actually likes him. That I understand why people would be pissed at, because if in the books you're saying that they were both so in love and unfortunately he died, and then a couple months, years, I don't fucking know, she gets with Michael, that's a whole different storyline than the TV show, where they portray it as her being with Michael, and while being with Michael, kind of realizing that she's not really in love. That's a whole, I can understand why people are mad, and I will be too if I read the books first. Oh my god, I'm 30 minutes in and I haven't talked about the main couple, Penelope and Colin, just to show you how this season was all over the place. So let's talk about them. What do I have to say? What do I have to say? First of all, why? In each season of Bridgerton, the man had a beautiful love confession towards his loved one. And even in Queen Charlotte, by the way, if you're wondering, what's my favorite season of Bridgerton? Definitely Queen Charlotte. I won't say much of what's I won't give any spoilers, because I know a lot of my friends haven't watched Queen Charlotte, but please go watch it. It's so fucking good. I cried so fucking much. I filmed myself crying, and I posted it on TikTok because I was like, haha, it's a silly funny video. And my mom, the next day, she was like, are you okay? Are you out of your fucking mind to post that? What? So that was kind of embarrassing to say, like, oh no, I wasn't actually sad. I was just watching a show, like a dumb fucking. What? Sorry, it's not dumb. It's true to me. Like a random show on Netflix. She told me to take it down. So what I did, because I'm a good daughter, I took this video down. But yeah, Queen Charlotte is so fucking good, and one of the reasons why I loved so fucking much the show was because in Bridgerton, if you haven't noticed, the whole story of each season, like the beginning, well, the first 7 episodes almost, it's like them like trying to get together, or like understanding like who they are as individuals and blah blah blah, and at the end of on the last episode, oh, they get married, everything is beautiful, and they lived happily ever after. That's the whole thing with Bridgerton. But with Queen Charlotte, it's not a spoiler, I swear. It's the fact that they get married in the beginning, and we see the whole ups and downs of the relationship. And I feel like in modern television, and when I say modern television, I mean like in the TV shows that are getting released like nowadays, well, at least in the TV shows that I'm watching, the teens TV show, young adults TV show, we never portray that, like the ups and downs of a relationship. And I don't want to get more into details to not spoil, but that aspect really, really made me love Queen Charlotte. And also, come on, the main lead, the guy, former George. Oh my fucking god, the actor Corey Milcreast. Oh my god, you're God's favorite. Like, I don't want to sim too hard, but like, come on, beautiful, beautiful man. Yeah, thank God the blush is hiding myself blushing. But yeah, if Queen Charlotte didn't existed, because Queen Charlotte is my favorite show, and the guy is my favorite one, King George. But if Queen Charlotte didn't existed, my favorite season would be season 2 with Anthony and Kate, and it's still a super fucking great season, don't get me wrong. Why was I saying my favorites? Yeah, Colin and Penelope. So honestly, they don't really give 2 fucks about Collins, but when it comes to Pen, I'll call her Pen. In the show they call her Pen. You know, Pen, like the what you write with on paper, and Featherington, the feather, you know, back then, with the whole like modern like writing thing. Lady Whistledown. Does it all the dots connect? So yeah, when it comes to Penelope, Pen, obsessed. Her glow up, obsessed. Her dresses, obsessed. Nicola, the actress, Nicola Coughlin? I'm so sorry, Queen. I'm so sorry. Fucking love the actress. I'll never hate on Pen, okay? Like, come on. Not only she's a great actress, she's so pretty. Her acting is acting. She is one of the main actors in Hollywood, like one of the main popping actors who are actively, constantly talking about Palestine and how important for a ceasefire, and she's wearing her pin, her little Artist for Ceasefire pin, in like almost every single one of her red carpet appearances, late night appearances, like everywhere. And the fact that she does that when Bridgerton is the #1 show on Netflix on the world, and it's such a popular show, and she's supporting so openly Palestine in front of so many people, and she knows that a lot of people will like see for what she's preaching for. Like, fucking love Nicola. Like, I love my Irish people. Instead of, I don't really like Barry Keoghan. Whatever. That was free shade. Sorry, baby. But I don't like, Shawn Mendes when he was doing the line detecting test, and like the guy showed him a picture of Joe Alwyn, and he was like, "Oh, he seems nice," and the thing was like, "You lied," and he was like, "Well, he looks like a villain." That's literally my reaction and my thoughts towards Barry Keoghan. Like, I don't know. He looks like, I was about to say some crazy fucking shit, but he looks like a snitch. He looks like someone who would accuse me of doing something because I'm an easy target. And he looks like the cat, the cats with no fur? I love cats. I am not vegan. But like, the cats with no fur are like ugly. So I'll never get one, But he looks like one of them. Again, no shade. You do you. Yes, Sabrina loves cats. What was I talking about here, Keoghan? Oh, yeah, Nicola. So in this season, I feel like I was watching it more for like I was watching it for Penelope and not for the love story. Because Penelope this season had a lot of drama. Her relationship with Colin, of course, her relationship with her family, her friendship with Eloise, her being Lady Whistledown. Like, she was poppin'. Like, I want to be that interesting in life. Come on. And so, where should I start? I forgot to mention earlier about Eloise. She fucking pissed me the fuck off when I noticed that for the first 4 episodes, every time Penelope was trying to have a discussion, trying to have a talk with Eloise to explain to her why she hid the truth about Lady Whistledown and why she wrote so much bad things about her. Well, it was actually to defend her and protect her. Blah blah blah. Eloise never gave her the time to explain herself, and that just fucking pisses me off. Yes, you can be angry. Yes, you're totally in right to be angry, but not even letting the person explaining themselves? That's crazy to me. Like, give her 5 minutes. You don't even want to get married, so it's not like you have men waiting for you. Like, she pissed me so fucking much, Eloise. Oh my god, I was like, give this girl the time of day. Let her explain herself. And when Cressida was doing like mean ass shit to Pen, and she would be like, Pen, I didn't know. Like, shut up. I love every time that I like yell and kind of look crazy. I laugh afterwards because I kind of realize what I'm doing. Oh my god, it's been 38 minutes. I ate. Glad you ate. What was I saying? Yeah, Eloise kind of pissed me the fuck off. And also, talking about Eloise, what the fuck happened with her little man? Not little man, but like her, like, folk. Like her normal, not normal, the man who's not in the society, the man who's like working in the little imprimerie, in the little thing. Theo, that's his name. I was rooting for them. Oh yeah, remember, she ended her friendship with Theo to protect him for Lady Whistledown. I think it was something like that. And when I learned that she doesn't end up with Theo, I think it would have been so interesting to have a trope where one of the rich people ends up with like someone who's never been in society, who's not from society. Maybe one of the kids will. Tell me, but don't tell me. But like, and what else? Do I have anything else to say about Eloise? No. Oh my god, I swear I will be talking about Pen and Colin. It's just I'm trying to like talk about them at the end, but I just remembered two things. First of all, Anthony and Kate, adorable this season. Maybe it's the little I don't like to show any emotions and affection in public, but I was like, that's a little too much. Too much. And I kind of miss their little banter. Like, in season 2, they were like talking back to each other. And I'm not saying in a toxic way, but I feel like they were too lovey-dovey. But at the same time, it makes sense because it's their first year of marriage. Maybe it's my little I don't like emotions in public facade. Second thing, Benedict. What was happening? Like, I'm not saying that because of the whole triangle love thing. Triangle love thing. Tree something. I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about, I don't know why. I think it's because, like I said in the beginning, because the last 2 seasons, the show was only mainly focused on the main love story and the both characters. The other like side characters, we didn't see a lot of them, but in this season, I finally noticed that Benedict is such a golden retriever boy. And y'all know, I love a golden retriever boy. The bad boy, toxic, cigarette, kind of hot, not gonna lie sometimes, but I don't like them. Literally there's nothing happening in my stomach. Sorry, I stuttered because Benedict is making me feel things. But like, I was like, he's always on a good mood. He's super happy. He's kind of funny. He has great relationships with his siblings. What can I ask for more? And when I learned that season 4 is based on Benedict, I'm finally winning, guys. I think I'm winning. What do you mean? Like, that's my little Benedict. Oh my god! And I learned today the actor playing Benedict is dating in real life Philippa Featherington, the one who's like, Riley, the bugs. So adorable. He's dating this actress, Slay. Second of all, he speaks fluently French. Fluently? I saw like a little interview and I was like, Benedict. I'm so red, guys. Oh my god. Golden Retriever boys. You have my heart. My heart is yours. And do I have anything else to say before talking about Colin and Penelope? What time is it? Midnight 30. I have work tomorrow. Priorities, guys. So, let's talk finally about Pen and Colin. Oh my god, I just remembered what I wanted to say. I don't know when, but when I was talking about season 1 and 2, I think before talking about King George, no, not King, former George, what I wanted to say was that I think it's so sad that in the Bridgerton man, their love confession towards their partner was so intense. They were filled with devotion. They were filled with love. The writing was so poetic. Shakespeare, what? And in season 3, we have Colin saying, basically saying, I only go to sleep so I can see you in my dreams and like be next to you and touch you and kiss you and blah, blah, blah. Jesse, that's what you give us. We've waited 2 years and you give us, I just go to sleep so I can see you. Huh? I've waited 2 years for that? The people have waited 2 years for that? Jessie, girl. I think there's something you don't understand. I don't know if you're married, I don't know if you have a partner, I don't know. But what I will say is us, girls who have never felt the touch of a man, girls who have never, who the closest thing to a man was an eye contact from like 7 feet apart, and like it lasted like 0.3 seconds. These girls, me, myself. Bridgerton, the show, the TV show, it is our dose of hopeless, romantic, perfect men exist. We just must be patient, and during these whole 8 episodes, we feel like there's belief in men. And at the end of these 8 episodes, we just go live 2 days after watching the show, and we realize that no, perfect men like this don't exist. But at least while I was watching the show, I believed that they existed, and I was excited for my future self. So Jesse, when you made Colin say those fucking words, something in me really broke. Because while watching Bridgerton, I realized that perfect men don't exist. Because why the fuck do you say these sentences? Pen have waited her whole life, since she was a little child, for Colin to make this love declaration towards her, and that's what you give her. And also, a lot of people were disappointed even before season 3 was released, because they were like, oh, Colin is so ugly, blah 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 blah. Personally, I've never complained, even though he's not my type. But I was still he could easily be my type if he would have said those beautiful love declaration that previous Bridgerton men in these previous seasons said. But not being my type and saying no beautiful things combined made me disappointed. You're telling me that even Mr. Killerman made me feel more things than you did. And Killerman was barely speaking. I mean, what do you mean? Francesca saw him on the street and there was music playing, and he left to write the whole composition of the music so she can play it on the piano. That moment I was like kicking my feet. I was like, I get why you're marrying him. But Colin, man, what the fuck? And also, I hated how, I don't know if it was the writing again. I don't think it's the acting, because I think that the Colin's actor was great. But I think it's genuinely Colin's character. But like, there were so many instances where he was like trying to be the man, trying to do his duty and stuff, and he just embarrassed himself. What do you mean he went to Cressida so she won't blackmail his fiancé? So instead of giving her money or like trying to come in between to have like to do a deal or anything, he literally just says, he comes to her and he says in front of her fucking face, yeah, I have nothing to give you, only I want you to have pity towards my fiancé. If that is not a delusional man, if that is not it, like, that was so embarrassing. And because of that, she doubled the fine. Not the fine, the threat. She was like, instead of £10,000, whatever, it will be 20. Like, what the fuck do you expect? Like, I hate when men think that they can be the man. But at the end of the day, it's always the woman who teach them how to be the man and show them how to be the man. That really, I thought it was embarrassing. Oh my god, almost forgot to say. The blonde man who's living like in the countryside, who was first interested at Pan? He seemed such like a sweet man. He seemed so interesting. Everyone was like, oh, he's a freak, he's living in the countryside. And then I would die to live in the countryside. I don't know what's happening lately, but like I've had this like urge and envy to like spend like a summer or a couple months or a lifetime on the countryside with the horses, the little chickens, the little cats, the peace, the birds singing. I want to live Bretman's rock life, because he has a farm too. But yeah, this man was super sweet, but I understand why Pan was like, I mean, technically he like called things off with her, and great, so she could end up with her lifelong crush. But yeah, it was super disappointing, and I feel like every time that it was about to be like, the tension for me was about to like, I was like, oh my god, it's getting interesting, they cut it short. And it really makes me sad, because apparently in the books, their story, well, their love story was like one of the best. So I'm like, Jessie, girl, come on. And like, I hated how Colin discovered, like, I hated the way that Colin discovered that Pan was Lady Whistledown. Like, he just followed her into the darkness. That's so childish again. Like, just come and tell her, like, who the fuck are you? No, but like, I don't know. I thought it was so lame and so poorly written that he followed her into the darkness and realized that she's Pan. Also, I really believe that one of the best and greatest friendships that Pan has isn't with Eloise, but it's with Geneviève, which is the woman who's doing like the whole dresses for everyone in the society, and the woman who knows about Pan being Lady Whistledown. Like, their little talk that they had during the night, like having drinks and like talking, and her telling her how she's like scared to reveal that she's Lady Whistledown to like Colin and stuff. That was so sweet. And that Geneviève was like doing her best to like tell Pan how she shouldn't like sacrifice her dreams for a man, even though it's her loved, like her dream man. I really love that. And also, tell me why, you know, the moment with Philippa, Pan's sister, when she was like, Riley, the bugs, when she told in front of everyone that she was Lady Whistledown, and even in front of the queen. Also, again, that scene was poorly written. What do you mean the queen was like, yeah, whatever, and everyone was like, yeah, whatever, kind of shocked a little bit, but like, I've seen worse days. Like, lame. Sorry. Not sorry, Jessie. And like, Philippa saying, hey, follow you the bugs, and having all these beautiful butterflies, and that scene alone, it showed perfectly like what it is to have a sister. Even though I don't have a sister, the closest thing to a sister that I have is great fucking amazing friends. And I know that my friends, at the end of the day, if something like that happened, embarrassing, where I'm in front of everyone and like everyone is judging me in front of the stage or whatever, I know I have one of my girlfriends to back me up, like Philippa did with her sister Pan. Such an adorable scene. This scene alone was like cute, was more adorable than like 50% of like the Colin and Pan scenes. And like the fact that also, you know how Pan had like a bad relationship with her mom and with her sisters in general, but mostly with her mom, and like that it took a man, Colin, to interfere and be like, don't ever talk to my fiance like that, which, don't get me wrong, true, like, don't disrespect like your daughter like that, but the fact that it took an outside person and a man to make her mother realize that. And for the most part, I didn't believe her whole arc of being like, sorry daughter, like I didn't want to treat you like that, blah blah blah, because for me it was so inauthentic, because you're sorry now because your daughter is going to marry one of the richest men in society. Now you're sorry because you want to have a piece of the cake, you want to have a piece of the money. That was so, again, poorly written. Something that is good written. The little relationship between Violet, so the whole Bridgerton's mother, and Lady Danbury's brother, Marcus, I think his name is. Guys, love that. I love that. I was about to make a crazy reference. Love that for her. Her flowers for the... I love how I said. I was about to make a crazy reference and still did it. All I was about to say is her flower will finally blossom. Not alone. She said that in the show, okay? I'm not being weird. But yeah, that was adorable. And like, I love Lady Danbury. I hope she finds love again. I really do. I really, really do. Do I have something else to say about Colin and Pan? Actually, no. Nope. But Pan and even Colin, the actors really slayed. Love that. You did your best with what you had to deal with, which is this showrunner, Jesse. On that note, I hope that I won't say you find love, because there's bigger things to do than love. Not me being Eloise, but I hope that you had better thoughts, I guess. I hope you still enjoyed the show, because I still did. I still kind of binge watch it a little bit. But I'm super excited for season 4. I was about to say Daddy Benedict, but I still said it. And I am excited to see more Lady Danbury. I am excited to see Eloise's little love story. I'm just excited overall. Thank you for listening to this pod. I love you. Have a beautiful night of sleep. Take care. Au revoir.